Greetings YouTube Coven, welcome back to the mat and welcome to a brand new flow here on my channel. For those who are new here today, namaste, my name is Bethany, I am the Yogi Witch, and today I'm going to guide you through a really beautiful, gentle practice to open up and kind of release the spine, so releasing any anxieties or any tension that might be sitting there, really making some space to breathe a little bit deeper, to really connect with the heart chakra and to welcome in that sense of peace. So you don't need any props for today's practice, but if you'd like to practice with some, you can find some now. And we're going to begin, my loves, by coming to the back of the mat in child's pose. So first we're bringing the big toes to touch, knees are going to be about hips width apart. As we're moving into the practice, we take a deep breath in through the nose. And then on the breath out, we start to relax the chest down. Now you have the option to walk the hands out, or you have the option to bend the elbows, bringing the hands to touch and drop the thumbs to the back of the neck. Moving into a little bit of a prayer variation of our Balasana pose today. But opening up this circle, start to connect with our energies by taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out. So just focusing on slowing down the breath. Every inhale and every exhale. So we're immediately beginning to open up the shoulders here, breathing into that back body. And as I said, today's gentle practice is all about spinal release. So releasing any anxiety that might be sitting there that kind of tends to pool into the spine. So truly resetting, restoring our spiritual bodies. So before we go any further with the practice, as always, I invite you to really acknowledge the fact that you came to the mat. Find gratitude for that kind of small act of kindness towards ourselves. And keep your awareness on this kind of releasing energy throughout today's flow. As we take a deep breath in through the nose and a slow breath out. If your hands are in prayer hands, you're going to release them to the mat and walk them forward so the elbows start to lift up. We take a deep breath in through the nose. And then on your breath out, walk your hands as far over to the left-hand side of your mat as you can go, finding space down the right-hand side of the body. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, love. So we're going to walk the hands through center and then send it all the way over to the right-hand side of our mat. Let's start to awaken the left-hand side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, darlings. Let's walk the hands back into the center. Press the palms to the mat. And we're going to roll that body into tabletop, really rounding through the spine. From here, you're going to come onto the fingertips, but remember, if it feels a little bit uncomfortable with fingertips, you can drop down onto the fist or to the palms of the hands. And we're going to start to take some tabletop circles. So as we inhale, we drop the chest, and we're going to start to move towards the right-hand side of our mats. As we reach the right, We're going to round into the shoulders, tuck the tailbone under. Moving to the left before dropping that chest back down, roll through center. And then round as you reach the right hand side. Beautiful movement. So taking this slow and intentional spinal circle. Take it for a few more breaths. And take it once more. Before we bring the spine into a neutral position. Now from here, we're going to take some puppy pose pulses. So we're keeping the hip bones stacked directly on top of the knees as we walk the hands out. From here, start to soften the chest towards the earth. Now on your inhale, you're going to find a little lift through that back body. So you lift up maybe a millimeter off the mat. And then exhale to soften down onto the forehead, onto the chin. And keep taking this movement nice and slow here. There's no need to rush. Really kind of creating some active space. Taking it 2 more times. Take it once more. Before settling into your puppy pose, maybe staying on the forehead, maybe coming on to the chin. If you like to work with any pillows underneath the chest, you are welcome to explore that variation. But holding it here for about 5 breaths, a really beautiful pose to open up and connect with the anahata, that heart chakra. Taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out. If you're on the chin, you're going to come back onto the forehead. We're going to press the elbows down to the mat and slowly, slowly, slowly start to roll that body forwards, immediately coming into crocodile. So big toes touch behind us, heels fall away. And we place one hand on top of the other, coming into a really restorative pose here. Relax the upper body. So if you've come to the mat today feeling a little bit overwhelmed or anxious, maybe like me, you can truly feel that tension in the shoulders. So feel with every exhale, you start to melt away that tension. We release it a little bit more. Taking about 10 more breaths here in crocodile. If you have any kind of stagnant energy pooling in the lower spine, just give those hips a bit of a wiggle from side to side. From here, darlings, let's keep exploring our spinal release. We're going to separate the feet, so pointing the toes to the back corners of the mat. And we're going to come to meet in our Sphinx. So we don't want those shoulders stacked directly underneath oh, sorry, don't let those elbows stack directly underneath those shoulders, just because they kind of compress the lower spine a little bit. Slide the elbows maybe 1 millimeter or 2 forwards, but keep those elbows tucked in. We're taking a big roll back with the shoulders, finding a lift through the heart center. Now, our Sphinx pose is not focusing on how deep we can take that curve into the lower spine. We're focusing on how long we can keep the space in the collarbone. So really want to create length in the collarbone, space into that heart center. Now, you can choose to stay here in classic Sphinx, or if you want to come into a fun variation, you can come into a half frog pose by bringing left knee into alignment with the hip, ankle into alignment with the knees, which just slides off to the side, drawing that left hip back down to the mat. About 10 more breaths here. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and a slow breath all the way out. From here, we're going to transition into our cat pulling its tail, a really beautiful yin twist, one of my favorite poses of all time. So if you haven't done so already, you're going to bring that left leg into your half frog. Now from here, we bring right elbow to the center of the mat and we take hold of the head. Roll the left shoulder away from you and send the hand behind you, okay? The left leg stays exactly where it is. You're simply bending in to the right leg. Catch hold of the foot. If find that foot isn't available today, you can just work with the leg extended. But we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out. Start to drop that left shoulder back down toward the mat. Maybe right hand finds that left knee. So you come into that really gorgeous little pretzel twist. One of my favorite twists in all of yoga. So just concentrate here on breathing into the space of the belly. Aiming to hold it for about 2 minutes, okay? Feeling that release in the spine. Resetting the spiritual and emotional body. About 10 more breaths, loves. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out. If you have that bind, you gently re-extend the right leg. We bring the left arm to the sky and around, and simply reset in crocodile by extending both legs, big toes to touch, heels fall away from one another, and just relax the head to one side. Maybe giving those hips a little wiggle. Beautiful. Ready to take that Sphinx and that half frog to the other side. We're going to point the toes to the back corners of the mat and gently pop up onto the forearms, getting ourselves comfortable here. Roll back the shoulders from the ears. Maybe bending that right knee into alignment with the hip, taking that half frog variation. Recognizing how the right hip is feeling in comparison to the left, but also start to recognize the space you're creating in that spine, all that freedom from anxiety, from that tension, truly resetting here. 5 more breaths in this half frog Sphinx. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And breath out. We bring left elbow to the center of the mat. Take hold of the head. From here, we roll the right shoulder away from us and send the arm behind, catching hold of the left foot. As before, if finding that foot is uncomfortable, you can simply re-extend the leg. But wherever you are, you're going to start to drop that right shoulder down to the mat. Get yourself as comfortable as possible and move into this cat, pulling its tail pose to the other side. Keep breathing into the base of the belly. Every exhale serving as a release. Every inhale helping to receive all the energy that we're craving today. About 1 more minute. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out. If you have hold that back foot, you're going to relax it here. Bring the right arm to the sky and over. And once again, we briefly meet in our crocodile, giving those hips a wiggle from side to side. Maybe even bending into the knees and taking a few little ankle rolls in one direction. Take those ankle rolls in the other. From here, exactly where you are, all we're going to do is start to flip on to our backs, and we're going to meet in our happy baby. One final little stretch for the spine. So option one, you can take hold of the outside of the knees, separate the feet and just press the lower spine down to the mat. Option two, if you have it in your practice, take hold of the outside of the feet and then flex the feet to the sky, you can do so. But remember, if you find that the ankle's feeling a bit tight and you're kind of stuck here, just let those ankles go. Concentrate on the hip opener, okay? So moving into our pose, pressing that lower spine down to the mat. 10 breaths. We inhale. Exhale, bring the feet to touch. Bring the knees to touch. Wrapping your arms around the legs. Lifting the shoulders, lifting the head. Give that body a rock from side to side. And then from here, you're going to roll or rock your way into a comfortable seated position. Maybe finding a little bit of spinal movement in your seated position, anything that calls to you. Before rolling shoulders from the ears, palms flip down to the mat. We're just going to end our little spinal practice day with some breath work. So we're going to take part in 3-part breathing. So eyes closed, we're going to inhale through the nose and we feel the breath go into the chest, base of the lungs, belly. Exhale from the belly, base of the lungs, and then chest. Inhale, chest, base of the lungs, belly. Exhale from the belly, base of the lungs, and chest. Just keep this breath work going, let's say 3 more times, moving as fast or as slow as you like. Before resuming your normal breath. Feeling free in mind, in body and soul, having taken just a little bit of your day to take care of you. And sealing this reset, restore, spinal release practice by bringing hands to prayer thumbs to the eyebrows. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, guide the hands to the heart and bow low. With love, with gratitude, and with blessings, the strength of our minds for bringing us here to those who joined us in this online community, and from me to you, thanking you for allowing me to guide you through today's gentle spinal practice. How are you feeling? I truly hope that this little flow allowed you to release any kind of anxiety that's just been sitting there on that spine, any feeling of achiness, and really find that freedom so you can breathe a little bit deeper and you really can embrace peace. So today's practice is inspired by my brand new theme on my membership area, Magic Through Movement. This month we are exploring the theme Bend and Breathe. So a whole lot of back bends and side body openers, and really connecting with our breath work to understand our resilience and our strength, and understanding that we can bend, we can move, but our souls, our minds do not break. So to find out more about the Magic Through Movement memberships and to get 25% off your first month, follow the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed today's practice, I would so appreciate any kind of support for this little channel by maybe liking or subscribing. Oh, such an honor, guys. Thank you so very much. I look forward to flowing with you again soon. Blessings.